through the mountains high, where the rivers flow, with the sun in the sky and my family by my side. We're chasing dreams on this hunting ride, out in the wild where the heart feels free, with the ones I love, that's where I'll always be. Through the woods so deep.
Podcast number 6 already?
I think it's 7.
7? I don't know. We're getting
I'm on track.
beyond how high I can count.
Yeah.
Somebody we mentioned earlier that we wanted to bring in. This is Lincoln Spitzer. Did I say it right?
Yes.
Yeah. Because there's an L in it, right?
Yeah.
The L always throws me off. But Lincoln was one of my former students. One of the first things that grabbed me about Lincoln is he's an incredible shot. You were one of the best on the rifle team, correct?
Yep. I finished 7th in the Pennsylvania Northeast Division.
Yeah, what was the kid from your team, Matt?
Matt DeQuevedo.
Yeah, I met him the other day too. You guys can shoot. But yeah, just into hunting. He would always show me his pictures of his bucks every year. And, you know, we had a mutual bond with that. Well, bringing him for a recap of his season and a little bit of Predator talk. But before we get started, I got a surprise for all of you. Obviously, I'm a big Kuiu guy. Newt is a Sitka Pride person. But Walmart, $8. Can't beat them. Mossy Oak, the original.
Is that the bottom line?
I don't. Yeah, they are. Mossy Oak bottom line. Well, you know, I love hitting my sales racks, but for $8, yeah, I had a coupon.
Are they warm or are they like an early season?
They're not. They're like early season, but you know the problem is I don't really have a lot of just random camouflage. I do have a lot of random camouflage, but not. It's all focused on something. I wear a lot of scent lock in archery season, so I have my different stuff just for archery. And then I have my clothes just for turkey, and then my upland bird kind of clothing, and then my western hunting and my adventure hunting clothing, but just that kind of average. You want to do something in the woods camo. I really don't have any.
Yeah.
Which is, I'll take it in my basement. Yeah. You'll see the laboratory I have quite a bit of camo. But yeah, we were talking about the other day because we do talk about the different brands like Sitka and Kuiu. We mentioned that we use a lot of Walmart and Cabela stuff. So
Yeah.
anyway, Lincoln, so tell us about your season, bud.
It was pretty good. What, you want to start with archery or something? Or?
And then take us through everything, bud.
All right, I got a nice bear in early season muzzleloader.
So your first bear and
You know,
first time using a muzzleloader?
no, I used it many times for deer season and whatnot, but
Is it
the first time I
inline
killed
or-
anything with it because I didn't really do too well in those seasons. But yeah, it's pretty much an inline. It's not a high end anything, but it gets the job done.
You guys with your flintlocks and muzzleloaders?
I love them.
He loves them. I use them in the season just to get out more.
That's fair.
How big was the bear?
316 pounds.
You'll have to send me pictures. I'll put it in this video. So tell us about the bear hunt.
It was pretty good. I got booted out of the one spot because a guy owned the one stand that I was hunting in originally, and so I just left out of sportsmanship, even though I didn't have to.
Were you on public land or?
It was state land.
You were up north, right?
Yeah, I was up in Potter County.
Okay. A little bit different up there. You're starting to get in the big woods.
Yeah, so I got booted out of there, found a different stand that was up, so I hunted in there for a little while, and sat there for about an hour and a half. Got up there at like 12, shot the bear around 4, so we were barely up there for a long time at all.
Barely?
You know,
Barely.
Good fun.
Oh boy.
But, you know,
I find you unbearable.
Oh, just bear with me here.
I actually just heard from the taxidermist that he just started my bear.
Yeah, bears a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
Did you go to Bob out here?
No, it's some guy up in Tioga that my grandfather knows.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, bear is a lot of work. They're so greasy.
Mm-hmm.
So are you doing a full body or a carpet?
I'm doing the carpet with the taxidermied head and paws,
Right.
and then he threw in the skull for free to get it beetled.
Yeah. No, I have a bear skull out there, but I never realized with taxidermy until I started messing around a little bit. Pigs and bears, you don't use the skull.
Yeah.
I always thought you put the skull in, like, well, he's all foam. But
Mm-hmm.
here you have just the skull plate, and the rest is all foam and clay and however they did it.
Yeah.
Rod really hooked me up with this. And Louis at Rod's Taxidermy hooked me up with this. He did a great job. I couldn't wait to get him home, but I had some issues. He really did a great job on it. And, I decorate him, but he makes me happy. But yeah, I never realized with the bear, and at work we have 3 mounted bears. So I'm explaining to you guys, you do this, you do this, you do that. But yeah, no, they're a lot of work. That's my dream. I want a bear rug with the head and the paws on it. I've never seen a bear big enough to shoot in season.
Yeah. It was the first bear I've seen in season ever, really.
Pennsylvania, well, down here we can bait, but I hunt in Northeast PA, and most of Pennsylvania is a no bait state.
Yeah.
So seeing a bear, if you're not running dogs, putting on a huge drive, or illegally baiting, they're hard to get.
Yeah.
That's just, the season is very short, especially in the fall, archery. So the closest I had one about 300 pounds come by the day before archery. And I'm like, oh. I've had them steal my deer. This quick side story before we go. First time ever using a saddle. And I strapped on and I went up and I was in a spot I thought would have been great. Morning, sun's coming up. I think it might have been my first day hunting that season. And I see a giant doe coming up. I'm like, it's the first day, let me get one of my doe out of the way. I get used to the saddle, so I lean back, boom. She runs right back the way she comes. I watch her drop 30 yards. I was like, all right, so I'm feeling good about myself. I take my stuff down. I walk over, and she's on my path going home. But Brendan is still hunting in his spot. So I sneak back and I go home, have my morning coffee, and have some breakfast and wait for Brendan. And this is when Brendan was young. So I know he was either sleeping, coming back soon to poop, or yeah, he was either sleeping or coming running back to poop. So he finally comes out, and I'm like, hey, I got this gear, let's go get it. Hook up the 4-wheeler, put the sled on, drive over, and there's a puddle of blood where he is, and she's gone. And I'm looking around, I was like, no. And Brendan's like, Dad, are you sure you got it? I'm like, I walked by and I pulled it, I grabbed it and pulled it a little bit. It only ran 30 yards. He's like, and I'm looking around, I don't see blood, I don't see anything. And I look over, I see one drop of blood like 10 feet away. I mean, I've heard of people shooting with guns, knocking them down, but not killing them, and then they regain consciousness. I was like, I've never heard of that with a bow in 30 yards. It was a heart shot. Like, how did this thing get up? So I get frustrated. I'm like, let's back out, let's get Dad. So we jump on the 4-wheeler, go back, and I'm like, Dad, I don't know what happened. And he's like, oh, are you sure you were in the right spot? I'm like, Dad, there's a pool of blood where it was laying. Like, it only ran 30 yards. So we go back over, and I'm looking around, and Dad's like, I don't get it. And Brendan goes, Dad, look, it's right there. And we walk over to it, and its ass is completely gone. Its ears all mangled. And you can see where a bear grabbed it.
That's crazy.
So Dad's like, okay, I'm going back. And I'm like, all right, and we get some paper towel and stuff and come back and clean this. And when I came back, I wasn't really thinking. I got off the 4-wheeler, walking head down, and I look up, and there was a big black bear. Just like looking at me and looking at the deer, looking at me. So I had a 45 with me, and I'm like, I don't want to shoot you. I really do want to shoot you. You just stole my deer. You're chewing on him, but he decided it wasn't worth it and ran away. But, yeah, that was the the closest I actually ever came to pulling a trigger on a bear.
That's funny. Yeah, I've never really seen bears like out and about. Really, I've only seen like
Do you have
two
bear
or three
down?
black bears around.
There
But
was-
here, not really.
There was a
Seven.
couple instances during my life that we had bears tear apart a chicken coop.
Mm-hmm.
And the one night, me and my buddy, when we were little, we were sleeping out in the tent. And that night, there was a bear that. All right.
No. He's got a story.
Oh. And yeah, so that's when the bear attacked our chicken coop. So that was pretty creepy because we were less than 100 yards from it.
Yeah, so I grew up in bear country in Pleasant Mountain. We had bear everywhere. We actually had to disconnect our doorbell because they used to come and paw the light. My mom's still a bear, but when we went to Idaho, it's our first night in the tent. Now, mind you, we're exhausted. We've been doing a lot of traveling. We got beat up that day, but we've never been to Idaho. But we know there's mountain lion, there's grizzly, and we were all the way up north. There's wolves, probably coyotes too.
Yeah.
But there's some black bears too. But a lot of things that could kill you. So I get in, and if you watch the Idaho video, instantly I'm out. I'm tired.
Took like 2 minutes.
It took that long. I'm surprised. I fall asleep instantly. That's a gift I have. And Newton wakes me up. He goes, Mr. Cordy, I think there's a bear outside. There's a bear outside. I'm like, all right. Cool. Then he goes, should I shoot it through the tent? I was like, what? No, you put a hole in my tent.
Yeah.
That was so funny. But it turned out it was just like the tent like rustling in the wind because we were on top of like the peak where we had our tents. So the wind was like blowing up the side of the mountain and then it would, like,
The other
hit the
tent,
tent,
yeah.
and it would make the tent like rustle. So, I was like,
So I'm like, open the tent and like see what's going on. And he's like, well, if I see him, should I shoot him right away?
and he goes, well, ask him what he's here to do first. You know, if he's here to hump me, you know, let him in the tent. But if he's trying to eat my biscuits, blast his ass. It's like, what the hell kind of response is that? And I was
Maybe he
like,
wanted to cuddle.
I'm going back to bed. If we die, we die. Like,
Yeah. Well, it's like they're gonna shoot Yogi for coming to cuddle. I don't know. But, yeah, that's pretty cool though. I mean, like I said, I've never actually shot a bear. The only ones I've ever seen during legal hunting were, and I don't like the way bear taste. I know some people love it, but you have to overcook it because I don't know. Maybe people crucify. I'm not a bear expert, but I know they have a lot of parasites. They say even like be careful with the bear blood.
Yeah.
I don't love the way it tastes. So if I'm going to shoot one, I want one big enough to do the rug, and then I'll still keep the meat, but I'll probably end up using it as dog food.
yeah, I would just give it away unless I'm not a big bear fan.
Yeah.
What about you? Do you like bear?
Yeah, so the special thing about my bear is that it tasted really, really good
Really?
because it was a really old sow.
Okay.
She wasn't getting chased around. She didn't have any cubs with her. It was like prime cub season. And the game commission said that she was old enough where she just didn't have any babies that year or anything or any cubs. She wasn't getting chased around by any males because she didn't have any hormones on her.
One thing I would like to do with a bear is take the fat and render the fat and use
Yeah.
it for cooking and stuff.
I heard that was really good too.
Well, just because something to play with in the off season.
You know?
Yeah.
All right. So, what else did you get this season?
A couple weeks after that, I got a really nice 7-pointer.
Crossbow, right?
You know, big crossbow guy, right?
Got it.
You know.
So, he's a big boy. If you can't tell it, he's 6'4".
No, I'm 6'1".
You're only 6'1"?
Yeah.
I guess what your work boots on you? You're about 6. You're
Yeah,
my
it's
height.
like about 2 or 3. And
Goes to the gym for the first time in his life and benches what, close to 300 pounds or something crazy.
yeah, sure. Why not? We can say that if you want.
Well, I know it was just a lot. That you
I think
benched everyone
it
else.
was
Yeah. Can you hit 225 in like a month or something?
Yeah, it was like 4 months after I started, I went on 2 reps of 225.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'm exaggerating a little bit. I just remember because these guys were working out.
Well, he's just a little guy, so
Yeah, exactly. I'm a little man. Though,
yeah,
But you're cute, so
it evens out. But
that's why I have to be really strong because I'm unattractive and I'm not very interesting. So I gotta, why be fat and ugly when you only have to be ugly? So yeah, so 7.0 was a pretty good one.
yeah, it was a really nice spread. It was about 17, 18 inch spread. One of the tines were broken off.
Was it an 8-point with a broken tie?
Yeah.
Oh, so it was a mainframe 8, just missing one.
Mm-hmm. And I think it wanted to push to a 10-pointer that year.
Really?
It had the V's on the.
Well, you passed up a couple of small 8-points, right?
Oh yeah, I always pass up some buck before I get to that point in the season.
I know over the last few years you've gotten some dandies, which.
Yeah.
How many coyotes did you end up getting this year?
I actually only got one this year.
Just the one in the video you saw?
Yeah. I did more learning than actual success throughout my whole career of coyote hunting. Because I didn't watch any videos on how to hunt them. I started off with white light, which was a big mistake.
Yeah, they don't sit still long
They
enough.
they learned very quick, and the thing about coyotes is I call them they're pretty much raptors from the dinosaur age. They hunt in packs, like they eat anything they can get, from herbs to fruits,
Yeah,
then to wild game, obviously.
that's as I was explaining to her, because so animals eat everything.
Yeah.
Because I have the chickens, and people are always like, "What are you feeding them?" I'm like, everything.
Yeah.
They're like, well, I thought, I'm like, chickens or goats still eat anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, deer, if you have a gut pilot, deer come and start chewing away at its guts. The female eats after birth. I've seen deer eating snakes and birds and stuff like that there. Deer get their minerals from eating dirt.
Yeah.
But animals in general, they're opportunistic.
Yeah.
They'll eat what they can. As many coyotes as we have around here, you just don't see them. We got them on camera all the time.
Yeah.
But hunting, I very rarely see them.
Yeah. They're one of the smartest animals in
This area.
yeah, pretty much the United States.
So you switched to thermal.
Yes, I did. The reason why I did that is because I went from white light, which I just said totally not a good idea at all. Does not work at all. That was right when I started. I started around 11 years old.
You get it?
And then I went to red light. They see the red light.
They see it.
100%. Even with the IR light, the infrared light, 100% see that too. The thermals, they can't see anything. And the night vision, I was rocking with that for about 5 years. And you just see if you shine a light in the woods, you see all the sticks, and that's all that shows. The trees, you can only hunt with shooting lanes in the woods.
Thermal's the game changer, huh?
Oh yeah, you can see them through sticks, twigs, stuff you can't even walk through. I've seen coyotes in there.
I really want one, but I don't predator hunt.
Yeah.
I mean, I've shot them, but more of a kind of opportunity. I just happen to be hunting deer.
Also around here, it's so hard to find land to hunt coyotes on.
Yeah.
Come up on me, the farmers don't mind. I'm just.
Definitely. Because I've been actually looking for different spots.
We had a monster. My dad saw it where we dump our deer over the bank. My dad likes to shoot coyotes. He was coming up to the farm in the early morning, and he saw this thing come out. And my dad's an excellent woodsman. He knows what and he was like, holy smokes. And we don't have wolf in PA. And he was but occasionally you get weird things that happen, the controversial, but we had the mountain lion come through. And a lot of people had pictures of it, and everyone, there's no mountain lions in PA, there's no mountain lions in PA. The mountain lion that came through our area was confirmed. It actually got killed in Connecticut on the side of the road. It was a western mountain lion, but it made its way through.
Yeah.
And it hung out in this area for a little while.
Yeah.
But there were a lot of and people, that's not a lion, that's not a lion. I'm like, we had it on security camera walking across the ski slope. And we see bobcats and coyotes and house cat. You see something 130 pounds compared to, you know, what's a house cat, 3 or 4 pounds? I don't know, I'm not a cat guy, but when you have something to compare them to, they're huge. But my dad looked and he's like, is that a wolf? I've never seen anything that big up here. It's like, what's a big dog, 40 pounds?
They range from 40 to 50 pounds.
Yeah.
The one I shot, the one that I showed you a few years ago, that was a 50-pound coyote.
I've got some nice ones on trail cam. You know, right now they still have their winter coat. They're big and fluffy. But they look like they're big like a German Shepherd, but then when you actually go lift them, they're not that heavy. This thing's just a monster. My dad took pictures of the paw prints with his hand next to it. They were huge. So he set up the trail camera there. Never got a picture of it. Just passed through. That, I don't know. Like I said, sometimes you see some. If you're in the woods long enough, occasionally you see something weird that you can't really, like, scratching your head. You're like, am I crazy? You know, I think that's where people start talking about Yetis and stuff.
You can see where it comes from if you spend a significant amount of time in the woods.
You know, obviously I'm a public land guy for the most part. And when you're hiking deep in the dark, you start coming out and all of a sudden you hear weird noises, you're like,
Like me in Idaho, we were walking in the dark, just having my hand on my revolver, like all the time. I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I should have looked up statistics more about like Idaho and mountain lion attacks. And, like I know Montana, Wyoming, the grizzly bears are. Was it Big Sky, Montana? They have quite a few grizzly bear attacks, I believe.
Yeah.
Because they're a little more aggressive.
Well, like just from our perspective, like there's probably people that are out west that are watching this and they're like, why are they so like nervous about like out west? But like coming from PA to out there, it's like a whole other world because it feels like everything out there wants to kill you. Like statistically, it probably won't happen. But like,
well, here's the thing too. Where we're hunting, pretty much a mile in any direction, you're gonna come to a road. Out west, you could walk a mile and then another mile, and then another mile. And, you don't get lost in the woods here.
Yeah.
If you do, I don't know. You
just keep walking.
just keep walking. You walk one direction. I can't wait. So, different podcast ideas we have. One, we want to talk about hunters finding dead bodies that help solve crime. And my buddy Johnny, he found a dead body. But he also had to be rescued in Northeast PA. Aviation, helicopters,
Really?
bear hunting.
Really?
Yeah. Where we went camping.
Yeah.
So Newt and I went, before we went to Idaho, we just wanted to test our gear. Our backpack with all the tent, all the stuff we were going to take, the heavy packs, because it is pretty steep where we went.
Yeah.
Set up in the dark to see what it was like, and you know, cuddle.
Why not?
Why not? And that area, it's pretty big woods.
Yeah.
My buddy was young and he went out hunting, and they told him like, "Oh, walk this direction, put it on like a bear drive." And he got spun in the woods, and so he just kept walking. After, you know, it's supposed to be a 20-minute walk, about 4 hours later, he has no idea where he is. He can't see anything. And where we were, on the other side where we came out on the highway, that's where he crossed that whole mountain range and came out. And when he came out of the woods, like a 14-year-old kid, just like walking in orange, and so the state trooper pulled up, and he was like, "Hey, like he's thumbing for a ride now." And there's search part, and he saw the helicopter like flying over. He's like, "Oh, I wonder what they're doing." But yeah, he did get lost in the woods. But.
That's all good.
All right, so we got some coyotes.
To backtrack a little bit, when you said your father saw that coyote, it looked like a wolf. So the coyotes actually breed with the gray wolves.
And come down from Canada. I've heard that.
And I believe that to be true because in Pennsylvania specifically, there's two coyotes, eastern and western.
Yeah.
Eastern coyotes are much bigger. They're much more aggressive. They hunt in packs. They're pretty much gray wolves that are coyotes. They call them The name of them's wolves.
Yeah.
People call them because they're so big, and yeah, they just act like wolves.
Yeah, I know when I lived in New York still, up in Putnam County, we had packs of them.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be bow hunting, it would be getting dark, and you would hear them get on a rabbit, or they would come by, and you're like, holy crap. It's kind of nerve-wracking to see like 12 dogs coming by.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They see you, they take right off, but it was always kind of that fear of like,
Yep.
I mean, I know they've killed small dogs and stuff like that. I don't know if there's ever been any human attacks. Like I said, I'm not a big coyote guy, but
Yeah.
the only one I thought it was a dog. It came out because it was gold. It looked like a golden retriever. So I was like, oh, buddy, are you lost? And it's looking at me. I'm like, what's wrong, pal? It's okay, I'm your friend. And then I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't have a collar. Okay, I gotta stop pretending I'm Pocahontas. And it was gone. Yeah, so you thermals, huh? They're the way to go.
100%. They're better than pretty much anything.
Your
that
video
feel
was
like.
great. What do you have it on? An AR? Or?
Yeah, I have it on my AR. My one AR is for coyote hunting.
Yeah.
I had my old night vision on it, and when I switched over, I knew immediately. I didn't even have to look at an animal. That was a game changer.
What are you using animal-wise?
I use a 223 animal round 50 grain.
50 grain?
You know,
Soft tip, hollow point?
soft point.
Soft point?
You know,
Drops them pretty quick, it looks like.
yeah. For the most part, if you shoot them right.
Yeah. Well,
I just shoot the last one. a
well,
couple
right here,
times.
I'll insert the video. So tell us what just happened in that video.
Yeah, so they came in pretty hot. I wasn't expecting them to come in that quick.
Were you calling or?
Yeah, I got a new caller that night, and the thing with coyotes is if you do a certain call multiple times, they learn what calls they don't respond to or they don't come by, which is very cool. You can't play multiple of the same calls each night. You have to switch it up every single time you go out, or they learn. But anyway, they came in really quick. I got a lower abdomen shot on it. So I knew he was wounded because usually they just take off if you miss them, like nonstop. Their top speed is 45 miles an hour, so you can't even hit them when they're running. Yeah. So I see him take off a little bit, and I see him stop in the super thick stuff. So I just throw another round down, see if I could take him down. And happened one more time after that, but then I saw him lay down. So I went up to him, and I saw him laying there, so I go up to him, and he's just sitting there with all of his paws curled into himself. So I give him a kick, and he gets up and turns around,
Oh boy.
and like tries to come at me, but he was like 5 feet away or so. So I just light him up. I put 5 rounds in him.
How dirty were your underwear?
I was pretty scared. I definitely had a little bit of adrenaline after that. But this was at like 9 o'clock at night, so I get back up to the house and my dad's like, "Are you okay? What happened?" I said, "I had a pretty eventful night."
I wish you still had it recording for that.
Yeah,
that'd
I
be
did.
cool.
I did too for a little bit, but
So my question is, did you like do it from the hip or did you like?
oh
shoulder
yeah,
it?
I did a quick fling and then bam, 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 as he was trying to come at me. So, which I didn't think really coyotes did that, but I guess if they
Wounded animals,
They're completely different.
I never thought about it until we got attacked by the wild boar in Argentina.
Yeah.
And, you know, I would shoot things and it's grip and grin. I never really thought about things being wounded.
Mhm.
Johnny that I keep talking about, his biggest buck. I was with him. We were hunting his property in New York, and I heard him shoot. And Johnny's a killer. He just started getting into archery probably in the last 10 years, but he's just a killer. Big fisherman. And I heard him shoot a second time. And I don't know if he uses two guns. He's using 30-06 or his 308. But both of them, you know, you shoot a deer, they're going down. And I see him coming walking up the hill. And he's like, so I'm like, yeah, you know, figured he shot twice. Johnny's a killer. He's like, Aaron, I don't know. And I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, I shot this deer, but I hit him. He was walking, I hit him a little far back. And then I hit him again right in the chest, you know, kind of coming at me. And he goes, and then he ran off. He ain't good. I'm like, he's dead. And you know, with a gun, you don't see him go down. You get kind of that nervous feeling. And I'm like, Johnny, he's dead, buddy. And he's like, I'm like, and I know this guy. Like, he doesn't miss. He's a killer. It's like you guys. Like, if you told me you were right on him, I believe it. I know you guys shoot better than I do. And so we walk over, and I say, hey, Johnny, where did you see it? I'm like, Johnny, that's a long blood. You hit him with a 30 caliber in the chest. There's a long blood.
Yeah.
This is a dead deer. So we start walking, and Johnny's he's got to be 5 or 6 years older than me, but he looks 5 or 6 years younger than me. He can't weigh more than 120 pounds. He's fast. He's an animated fella. And I'm like, whoa, Johnny, slow down. You think I get excited? Johnny has the energy of a 10-year-old with ADHD on meth. So I was like, Johnny, slow down. I'm like, Johnny, listen, turn your scope down, you know, get ready to shoot. And I was like, there's blood. Like this, I'm on a blood trail.
Yeah.
And I was like, hold on, look. I'm like, and I see the deer laying down. I see his blood. I'm like, so I bring up the gun. I'm like, he was still alive.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, Johnny, he's right there. He's like, so he gets down. I'm like, here, I'll shoot him. He's like, no. And Johnny doesn't want help. I got this. So he gets down, boom, and the deer starts kicking. And he goes to shoot it again. I'm like, Johnny. He just put another round in him. That dude's dead. So we go over, and he goes to walk over to it, and its eyes were closed. And I'm like, deer's eyes aren't closed. And I was like, hold on, Johnny. And I'm looking, it's still breathing. And I was like, all right, put another one in his chest, Johnny. This thing's still alive. And now this time he's boom. It was just all rutted up. That deer did not want to go. But now he wants to go because it's the biggest buck he ever got. It was a nice buck too. I would say it was definitely over 120 inch 10 point.
That's
Wow.
Yeah, 120 inches for us is. It was a beautiful buck. It was just a perfect 10 point. I guess it's probably it might be like up in the 130s just because it was a 10 point.
Yeah.
But he's trying to get on top of it. He's like, oh, cut it. I'm like, no. And like I said, he's small and he's like, I got it. And he's running up the hill pulling his deer. Dressed out, probably still weighed over 200 pounds. Yeah. And he's like running through the woods with it. I'm like, I'm not full of adrenaline right now. Slow down.
It's crazy that I think it would take like 3 30 cal rounds and still be alright.
You know, I'm shocked sometimes. Like, so I use my 7mm a lot. That I've belted them and they've run. And you get up to it and like, which one was it this year? It didn't drop it. No, it was last year that I shot one. It looked like a hand grenade blew up in its chest. The hole it put through it was massive, and the thing still ran and jumped. And 7mm is a big gun.
Yeah.
I mean, I killed Rudy with it, and then my 6.5 Creedmoor drops him.
Explain that.
Hey, you know what? I don't think there is really an explanation. It's just deer are tough. You put a bullet in them, they're dead.
Yeah.
Unless you make a bad shot.
Yeah.
I would say, I know.
Placement matters more than caliber, honestly.
Oh, 100%. 243, a lot of people kill moose with it, no problem.
Yeah. 6.5 is a great gun.
Yeah, my buddy out west, big elk hunter, only thing he uses is 6.5 Creedmoor. He's like, it drops them straight around.
Yeah.
And then, I always ask people who don't like the 6.5 Creedmoor, have you ever used one?
Yeah.
And the answer always is, no, but I know a guy.
Yeah. Life lesson. It's not about the size, it's about how you use it. You don't need to all be silent after that. That was a good one.
Would you like a Tootsie Roll? So, what's your best hunting story?
Me?
Yeah. Or even a favorite?
My favorite one was when I wasn't old enough to hunt. My dad took me out for the first time. He just shot a doe, but I thought it was the greatest thing in the world. That's what really got me into hunting, because it was there. It put on a show. He shot it really good, but it was flopping all over the place right in front of us.
I think that's how we all got into it.
Yeah.
Our previous podcast is with Newton's grandfather. I guess it is Noah's grandfather too.
Yeah.
But just the influence he had on them and taking them out. Even though I never hunted with my grandfather, it was my father. Just him in the woods showing me how to shoot, and then watching my dad kill deer. It's like, I want to do that too.
Mm-hmm.
It's better than playing Game Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, just another thing I want to touch on, like what you were saying. Like, I've killed, I think it's like 17 or 18 deer now. Some, like, half of them I've got by myself, half of them I've got with my granddad. I remember every single one that I got with my granddad or another relative, but like the other ones, kind of like 50-50 whether I remember it or not.
Well, I mean, you guys are, you're my son's age.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's a lot more exciting for me being with him getting one. And a lot of time I'm still hunting because with work, I don't have as much time. So my dad, who's retired, will sit with my son. And he'd rather be with my son than get one himself.
Yeah.
And, this year, with Brendan's podcast, he got his first deer with a bow.
Yeah, I heard about
Because
it.
I wouldn't let him use a crossbow anymore. the kid's built like the Incredible Hulk. He's strong as
He's
hell.
shit out.
Yeah, he's not as tall or as wide as me, but he's a football player. He's just got that build, and I'm like, you are not using a crossbow. And he never had a good one.
Yeah.
I bought one with the recurve limb. I think it was like $130 off a Sportsman guide. You're not shooting past 20 yards with that. So he did have that little bit of handicap. I don't know how. I'm back and forth on the crossbow thing. Why do I care? I think just technology in general.
Oh yeah, for sure. My crossbow is a 60-yard crossbow, which they make the Ravens now 80 plus, which I think is a little silly for a crossbow, but I just think it's nice to.
Well, people who do have a good argument, because a lot of people are, it's my tag, I do what I want, it's America, freedom, guns, guts, glory, eagle. But one of the guys goes, why wouldn't you want the most effective weapon to kill something? And I said, because archery is more primitive.
Yeah.
He goes, well, your bow is basically a crossbow. It's not. Yeah, I can shoot really good with my bow and arrow, but it's not a crossbow.
Yeah.
I've only got one kill with the crossbow, and it was lame. And they're like, well, you kill things with guns, but I'm like, yeah, but it's gun season.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a whole animal in itself. And, it's a spot I've gotten quite a few deer out of, but I had a shot I would have never taken with a bow and arrow. I wouldn't. It was facing me about 8 yards away. I would not take that shot. I wouldn't be able to pull my bow back. He would have been able to see me. So I'm sitting there with the crossbow, holding it, waiting. I was like, this is a crossbow. I had my dad's crossbow. So I aimed right at the white throat patch because he was up licking a branch. I shot, the bolt went right down. It looked like another tail sticking out of its asshole. And it flipped over and crawled back a couple steps and was dead. And I was like, I guess I'm done. Yeah, so I shoot a lot of recurve. obviously my TikTok videos. That's what we set up to target. I'm over there
Yeah.
watching TV too.
God.
I've gone out with the recurve, and it's just that idea where I'm not shooting over 20 yards with it.
Mm-hmm.
I have TikToks where I'm shooting back at 50 with the recurve, but I don't know. Like even now with the new range finding sights and everything on the bows, I'm like, it's almost too much for me.
Yeah.
I went down to 2 trail cameras last year. One where I actually hunt, and one for the lady's property that I use because she wants to see the deer.
Mhm.
That's like she loves seeing. I have to keep it going year round so she can see the animals. So she loves it.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, right on. But now with the thermals and thermal drone and everything, I'm like, do you want to hunt or do you want to kill something?
Yeah.
Like we all love killing, but part of it is that unknown. And like the buck I got down here that I just found, I knew what that buck was doing. I knew he was the biggest buck in the area. I had a pretty good inventory of the area, and I knew I was going to go and kill him. I'm like, he's going to be out at this time. I'm going to be sitting there. I'm going to kill him. And I did. My recovery wasn't as planned, but where my other 2 bucks, you know, the one I was farting around too much trying to get on camera.
Yeah.
And he wasn't big enough really to shoot, but I was like, I'm going to get him on camera, and I had it all set up. Turned the power on, never hit record. And I was so busy farting with the camera, I pulled my shot a little bit. I had a liver shot, and he still just laid down and died. My PA buck, I went out with, you know, a gun. I was hunting. I never saw the deer before. I didn't know. I looked, I was like, he's big enough to shoot. Boom. You know, these guys are my target buck. It's a target buck because you're sitting at home on your computer looking
Yeah.
at trail camera pictures, and I'm like, cameras are just making it too easy.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I feel about crossbows. It's just, well, I'm putting meat in my fruit. And listen, I don't know everybody. If you're offended by this, grow up. But most of the guys I know who are using crossbows and meat in my freezer type people, they don't even cut up their own deer, which is great for me. Please bring them to my house. All of you crossbow hunters, please bring your deer to my business. I will tell you congratulations, and I will do an excellent job processing your deer. But I'm kind of like, you're putting meat in your freezer. You got a $3,000 crossbow. You're paying me $200 to cut it up for you. That's an expensive steak when
Yeah.
you know the money you're putting into it. Hell, what's a crossbow bolt cost with the broadhead? Probably $30.
30, $40.
It was about $40 for the arrows, and then another $40 for the blades.
It's expensive.
Yeah, it's very expensive.
I don't know.
But
So-
my one buddy, he got a new crossbow, so he was kind enough to give me his old one, which is the one I hunt with now, and it's a really nice one. He didn't need to get a new one or give it to me, but it was a free crossbow.
So I had a chance at a free Raven, and I turned it down.
Really?
So I was like, what am I going to do with it? And then I was like, I should have taken it because it was free.
yeah,
But
if it's free, it's for me.
so when Raven was, so a lot of companies are owned by other companies. Like Kuiu just got purchased out.
Really?
Sitka was bought by Gore-Tex,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of these companies are. But Raven is owned by some other company now, and one of the companies that looked at buying them out of Connecticut, they gave them free sample crossbows. And one of the people who was involved, they're like, "Hey, you're a hunter. Do you want a Raven crossbow?" I was like, "No, what am I gonna do with it?" Like,
Just take it and resell it. Buy Matthews. Buy
eh.
another Matthews.
But yeah, for me, like I said, I'm torn on it. It's like, oh, it gets kids involved young, and it does. But my addiction to archery came from shooting a bow, and you definitely cannot shoot me with your crossbow. How often do you shoot your crossbow?
I shoot it a couple times in the early season.
To make sure it's on.
Yeah, and then that's it.
That's it. I shoot my bow every day. Well,
Well, based off of your videos, it was every single day.
yeah. Well, when it warms up enough,
Yeah.
I'll be shooting every day. I love archery. I just love shooting. So maybe I'm projecting my own values on people, but for me, part of it is I love the practice of shooting, the 3D afterward, everything, the whole encompassing thing. And that's where my addiction came from. And now with my son, yeah, he started off young with the crossbow to get out there, but we do 3D shoots every time we get together and it's warm out. Hey, grab the ball, let's go outside. We shoot. Or even Nuke the other day, we were out just throwing some arrows together.
And like to me, I don't personally see it as you like pushing on people. I see it as like I appreciate this so much, and I want you to appreciate it too. So you should kind of try it this way. If that makes sense.
But it's even like you with a flintlock.
Yeah.
You know, if you go out with a rifle, whatever you see is dead.
Yeah.
If
If it's within 300 yards, it's dead. Yeah.
I would say that for all three of us, if we see it with a rifle, we want it, it's dead.
Yeah.
A flintlock or your muzzleloader, that's not the case. I know new muzzleloaders are pretty darn good, but even then, you have one shot.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that flintlock, you had it 5 times before it even went off. Like, dang, that's.
Yeah.
But yeah, you fishing at all? Do you fish?
Yeah, I fish, but not recently. We didn't go out ice fishing this year. We just didn't really get the time to, but usually we get out like 7 or 8 times.
It was a great year for ice fishing, though, wasn't it? I think Knock was frozen like 12 inches. or
Yeah,
something like that.
it was a good ice year for sure, but
So my buddy was talking about it, and he had some health issues. He's a great outdoorsman. His stories are great. And his son was trapping beavers and everything, but they were getting a lot of perch ice fishing.
Yeah.
I don't know. If there's ice on the pond, I'm gonna have my ice skates and my hockey sticks. I'll set my tip ups and skate around. Anything else you got to share with us? Any pearls of wisdom?
Any other stories you want to throw out either?
I got a couple. You're using a 7mm now too, aren't you?
yep,
You're a lefty.
yep.
What's your favorite caliber rifle?
I'd say I really like the 2506.
Really?
That's a new one.
Yeah.
Usually it's either 30-06, 308, or 6.53.
Yeah, 25. Wow.
Yep.
That's a screamer. You happen to know how fast that's going?
Not really, no.
Pissing fast.
Yeah.
It's pretty quick. A really small bullet, but it's quick.
Yeah, no, that's yeah, I've never heard of anybody. Well, I mean, I've heard of people, but everyone we talk to, it's most of the guys I hunt with use a 30-06.
Mm-hmm.
There is nothing wrong with 30-06. It's not my gun.
Yep.
You know, for basically that same, I'm using a 270. If I'm going up to a 300 Win Mag, I'm using a 7mm. I liked a little bit of speed with a smaller bullet.
Mm-hmm.
And I said for deer, I take my 6.5 Creedmoor.
Yeah. So my question is, I'm not challenging you at all when I say this. Why do you love that caliber so much?
Well, it's not really the love of the caliber. It's just the gun itself. My dad bought it for me as my first deer rifle.
Yeah.
And I kind of stuck with it ever since, and it did the job just fine.
Nice.
So that's why I'm happy with it.
That's awesome.
I started out on the
That's
243.
That's the best answer you said, though. Like, I love the gun. My dad bought it for me. Sentimental. It kills everything I shoot.
Yep.
Yep. That's all you can ask for.
That's what you can ask for. Yeah, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I think you sent me the one video the one time. It was a few years ago now, but that one doe you shot with it, and it had like a giant hole after you skinned it.
Yeah, it was like a 4-inch hole.
Crazy. Yeah.
Factory ammo, reload?
Yeah, it was just factory. But I actually just, I'm getting into reloading a little bit. I got a big
We'll
kit.
go down and show you my setup. It's a little messy right now.
I think I might have 25-06 reloading dies if you want.
All right.
So I'll have to check, but sorry, off topic.
It's alright.
Reloading. Maybe we'll talk about reloading. Reloading, my dad's a big reloader. But
Yeah.
reloading is a labor of love, and it used to save a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And you used to be able to get a lot more accuracy. You still can get a lot more accuracy, but some of this factory ammo is pretty damn good now.
Yeah, it's really good.
Like, everybody laughs at me when I pull out my Remington 710 7mm, and I got it for free.
Yeah.
And even my buddy was saying, I got one for free too, and I threw it away. I gave it away. I don't even want that piece of junk. But it's so accurate, and I don't care about it. And I've killed everything with it. Yeah,
But like calibers and like reloading and everything like that, we could do like our own series on that because there's so much to talk about there. But definitely something I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, we're gonna make a little video. We could put some ammo together downstairs.
Yeah, I nerd out about that kind of stuff. So.
All right. Well, hey, congratulations. I got a gift for you.
What are you doing?
We got some Rugged Road stickers.
Oh yeah.
And this one's even nylon. It's textured.
I didn't get one of
Is
those.
it like a patch?
Yeah.
I got one for you too.
It's fancy.
It's fancy.
Is Newton gonna get you out hunting next year?
I don't know. He hasn't gone this year at all.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was out a little bit.
That is not true. He did spend 2 weeks on the road with me, and
I'd say that's enough then.
we hunted pretty damn hard in Idaho.
Yeah. I'd take a break too. I wouldn't.
I don't know if that beat us up. Well, I was ready to come home and nap, but now I'm just like I just want to go out right now, just to go for a walk.
I remember so vividly when it was like our third day. I was like, I am never gonna complain about dragging a whitetail again. Like after hunting that, it makes whitetail hunting so easy, like so easy comparatively.
I was even thinking about shed hunting the other day. After I did 6 miles and I was shredded, and that's when I found this one. I came out, my hips were hurting, I was tired, and it got super hot out. And I'm like, this is easy. I have not encountered a hill as steep as the least steep part that we went through. Yeah.
Like Mountain Dew.
So I don't know. Idaho hasn't seen the last of me.
No, definitely not.
I don't know.
Definitely not.
Well, all right, bud. Well, thanks for coming by.
Thank you.
All right, we're good.
On the rugged road where the wild winds blow, through the mountains high where the rivers flow, with the sun in the sky and my family by my side, we're chasing dreams on this hunting ride. Out in the wild where the heart feels free, with the ones I love, that's where I'll always be. Through the woods so deep and the sky so wide, we're living life